Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Feliza. I hope you all are doing well. Today I wanted to share with you my most anticipated releases for this fall. Y'all, I am so happy. My favorite time of year is finally arriving. Spooky season, it's almost here. Y'all, it's almost here. I'm so excited. Even though it's currently like 95 degrees outside, y'all can see, I'm in my spooky sweatshirt. I'm drinking a nice hot cup of coffee out of my spooky mug. And I am wearing my spooky earrings. So I am literally trying to manifest the fall weather, as you can clearly see. Hopefully it works, because this heat gotta go. It's gotta go. I'm sure you all agree. It's pretty bad. Well, let's get into my most anticipated book releases for September, October, and November. I have quite a few that I'm super excited about. So for September, I can't wait to get my hands on In These Hallowed Halls. I believe it's a dark academia anthology, and the stories are written by Olivia Blake. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Olivia Blake and M.L. Rio. I have never read an anthology, so this will be an introduction to anthology for me, and I'm super excited about that. I have currently pre-ordered this book, and by September 12th, it's probably gonna be already out by the time I post this video, but I'm super excited to read it, and I hope it's really good. So I do wanna say that I do not have the capability to remember the synopsis of every single book that comes out or that I have. I just can't do that. And I have mom brain, so it's even worse. And I know myself. Hopefully in time, maybe that I can, but as of right now, I can't. So I want to share these books with you, but there's no way that I can remember the synopsis. So I'm going to have to read it from my phone. I'm super sorry. So one of the books I want to talk about that is literally, I think it's on the top of my list for most anticipated reads. It's Kinetics by Runix. And I am so excited. I have been waiting such a long time for this book to come out. Oh, I think it's been like a year and a half, because a lot of things went down with this book. The poor author tried to go through Amazon and have them publish her book, and they made a mess of it, so she wasn't able to release it. And we have all been waiting patiently for her to release this book. And I know this is probably not up a lot of people's alleys, but it is one of the authors that I love dearly, and I think she is amazing, and she's literally one of my top favorite authors. So I do want to share this book with you all. One revenge. He finds, he rides, he steals, a man without a face, a thief without a code, an orphan without a family, a lone biker. Fury has spent years becoming the ultimate acquirer, stealing the unstealable, obsessed with vengeance on the man who destroyed him years ago. One obsession. She follows, she rides, she keeps. She comes out of nowhere, outriding him at every turn, hijacking his missions, becoming his shadow. A mysterious girl, Illyria, has spent years aspiring to be his best partner in crime, obsessed with him and making it her life's purpose. One heist, when an opportunity brings him closer to his revenge, they need to work together. An impossible heist, a few steamy trysts, and they'll ride away. No emotions, no messes, raw, edgy, unhinged. The stakes are high, the payout even higher, and Fury and Aaliyah are about to learn things don't always go as planned. Y'all, doesn't that sound so good? It's so good. I'm so excited. If you haven't read Runix, please pick up her books. She's an outstanding author. She literally can transport you into any of her worlds just by her writing, and it's unbelievable. If you haven't read the Darkverse series, please pick it up. If you love mafia romance, it's the series for you. Like I said, I'm sure not everybody reads those kinds of books, but if you're into it, please pick her up. She's amazing. I've been anticipating this book for a very long time. It's The Scarlet Veil by Shelby Mahern. I believe she says the story takes place in the same world as her previous trilogy, Serpent and Dove, that series. I believe it's Serpent and Dove, Blood and Honey, and Gods and Monsters. And I devoured Serpent and Dove. It was such a wonderful read. I really, really enjoyed it. Magic, the world building, the characters. I loved that she had such a strong female lead in her books, and I adored Lou, and that's the female lead in the book. So the synopsis for The Scarlet Veil is, 6 months have passed since Celie took her sacred vows and joined the ranks of the Chazars as their first huntswoman. With her fiancé Jean-Luc as captain, she is determined to find her foothold in her new role and help protect Bella Tara. But whispers from her past still haunt her, and a new evil is rising, one that Celie herself must vanquish unless she falls prey to the darkness. Sounds so good. It's a YA and so a novel, so I'm really excited about that because I don't really read that many YA, so I'm excited to get into that. I hope this story is as good as Serpent and Dove because I really loved that story. Shelby Mahern, she's such a strong author, so I'm really hopeful for this and I hope it's really, really good. It already has good ratings, so I'm excited for it. So The Scarlet Veil releases on, I believe, September 26th, so we all have that to look forward to. So my most anticipated reads for October. I'm super excited about this bunch. I've been looking forward to them for a while now. October is a good month for releases. I can't wait. So the first one is Throne of the Fallen by Kerri Maniscalco. I think I said that right. The release date is October 3rd. Throne of the Fallen is kind of like a spin-off from her previous series. It is a standalone. You can read it alone. You do not have to read her previous series, but she did write the Kingdom of the Wicked series, and I've read the entire series. It was phenomenal. I devoured every single book in that series. It was so good. It was Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Cursed, and Kingdom of the Feared. And every single one of those books, chef's kiss. It was unbelievable. I enjoyed the ride. She was amazing at character development, the building of the worlds in that book. You really, really felt like you were in it. And I just appreciated that and her ability to make you feel like you were a part of the world and like that you smelled everything that the character was smelling. She's very, very talented. And I appreciate her writing. Her books were phenomenal. And if you have not read them, I would seriously highly recommend you pick them up. They're like a fantasy series. There's a little romance in there and it's, a little is kind of, no, there's a lot of romance in there, but it's such a great fantasy series, and if you love fantasy, it's great, and you should definitely pick it up. The synopsis for this one is sinner, villain, ruthless. These are wicked names for the Prince of Envy. They remind him what he isn't, a saint, and when a cryptic note arrives, signaling the beginning of a deadly game, he knows he'll be called much worse before it ends. Riddles, hex objects, anonymous players, nothing will stand in his way. With a powerful artifact and his own future at stake, Envy is determined to win. Though none of his meticulous plans prepare him for her, the frustrating artist who ignites his sin and passion like no other. Talented, darling liar. Miss Camilla learns after one desperate mistake allows notorious rake and satire sheet legend Lord Philip Vexley to blackmail her. And now it seems Vexley isn't the only scoundrel interested in securing her unique talents as a painter. To avoid Vexley's clutches and a ruinous scandal, Camilla is forced to enter into a devil's bargain, little expecting his game will awaken her true nature. Together, Envy and Camilla must embark on a peerless journey through the shifting aisles, from glittering demon courts to the sultry vampire realm, and encounters with exiled fae, while trying to avoid the most dangerous trap of all, falling in love. It just sounds so good. I'm super excited for it. Like I said, all her books by Kara were amazing. And literally the Kingdom of the Wicked series was a 5-star read for me. So I already know that most likely going to be a 5-star read for me as well. And I'm so excited for it. The next book we have in October is Unholy Terrors by Lyndall Clipstone, and that's going to be released on October 17th, and this is another young adult fantasy, and I'm super excited for it. The synopsis for this is a blood-stained tale of a girl torn between her vows and her heart, where falling in love may be the deepest sin of all. Evelyn Blackthorne has devoted her life to the Wardens, a sect of holy warriors who guard against monsters known as the Vespene. When a series of strange omens occur, Evelyn disobeys orders to investigate and uncovers a startling truth in the form of Ravel Severin, a rogue Vespene who reveals the monsters have secrets of their own. Ravel promises the help she needs for a price. Vespne's magic requires blood, and if Evelyn wants Ravel to guide her across the dangerous moorland, she will have to allow him to feed from her. It's a sin for a warden to feed a Vespene, let alone love one. And as Evelyn and Ravel travel further across the moorland, she realizes the question isn't whether she will survive the journey, but if she will return unchanged, or if she wants to. So I already looked, and it has like a 5-star rating on Goodreads, so I'm super hopeful about this one because it seems that everyone that's received an ARC has really liked this book. So of course I had to give it a shot, and just the synopsis had me going, and it sounded so good, so I have to pick it up. A forbidden love story? Like, I'm so here for it. Any type of trope that we have out there, enemies to lovers, and a forbidden love story just in general, that is so me. My first anticipated read for November is Hunt on Dark Waters by Katie Roberts, and I believe this is going to be released on November 7th. This is a book that has pirates, witches, romance. Do I need to say more? Like 100% sign me up. This is my kind of book. This is the synopsis for Hunt on Dark Waters. Evelyn is a witch with a perfect storm of impulses, terrible taste in bed partners, sticky fingers, and a lust for danger. After she steals from her vampire ex and falls through a portal to another realm, she's fished out of the waters by a band of seafarers and their telekinetic captain. She immediately given a choice, join their group or die. Bowen has no memory of his life before he became one of the Seawind. He and his pirate crew are bound by vow to patrol through threshold of the magical sea in between realms, keeping the portals to other worlds safe. When he rescues Evelyn, he doesn't expect to be attracted to the unflappably brassy pickpocket. The longer he spends in her presence, the more he begins to question if his heart is the next thing she'll steal. But as tension heats up between Bowen and Evelyn, danger escalates as well because Evelyn has no intention of keeping her vows to the Seawind, and if she betrays the crew, both she and Bowen will pay the ultimate price. It just sounds so good. High stakes and romance, and it's by Katie Robert. Need I say more? It sounded so good. My next anticipated read for November is Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree. This is also releasing on November 7th, and I am so excited for this. He's the author that wrote Legends and Lattes, and I devoured that book. I gave it 5 stars. I really, really, really enjoyed it. It was like a cozy fantasy. Like, there wasn't high stakes. It was just cozy, and it was a mystery of some kind. It was, but it was just different, and I needed that. I'm usually reading high fantasy type of novels, and it was just nice to sit down with a more of a cozier read. The relationships in that book, the found family, The romance was really, really cute. It was super sweet, and it was like subtle. It wasn't like all in your face, and I really appreciated that as well. I'm a romance reader. I love romance, but sometimes it's nice for it not to be so, you know, in your face, and it's just a little subtle. But I just really, really loved how the friendships grew, the relationships grew. And I also liked even whenever you hit rock bottom, it matters who you're surrounded by, because they're the ones that help pick you up and get you back to where you need to be. And I feel like the message from this story was so beautiful, and I'm excited to see what he does with Bookshops and Bone Dust, but I do want to read the synopsis for that. Viv's career with the notorious mercenary company Rackham's Ravens isn't going as planned. Wounded during the first hunt for a powerful necromancer, she's packed off against her will to recuperate in the sleepy beach town of Merk, so far from the action that she worries she'll never be able to return to it. What's a thwarted soldier of fortune to do? Spending her hours at a bookshop in the company of its foul-mouthed proprietor is the last thing Viv would have predicted, but it may be both exactly what she needs and the seed of changes she couldn't possibly imagine. Still, adventure isn't all that far away. A suspicious traveler in gray, unknown with a chip on his shoulder, a summer fling, an improbable number of skeletons prove Merk to be more eventful than Viv expected. That sounds really, really good, and it sounds super cute. And I'm excited because Viv was the main character in Legends of Lattes, and I love that Viv is also the main character of this as well. So I think this is like a prequel. So like, I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah. So I think this is like a prequel to set before Legends of Lattes, and then so it would be this, then Legends of Lattes. So I guess if you think about it, maybe read this book first before you read Legends of Lattes. I guess it really, really doesn't matter. You could read it however you want, but I think this is the backstory of Viv's life. So I'm going to be super excited to get a deeper dive into who she was and her character, because I really, really, really loved Viv in Legends of Lattes. So I'm excited that we get to see more of her in a different light and see what she went through. So I'm excited about that. So those were all my anticipated reads for September, October, and November. I hope that you pick some of these books up, and I hope you find some new authors that you can love as well. Let me know in the comments below what your most anticipated reads are for September, October, and November. I'm excited to hear what you have to say, and I'm excited to pick up some new books if you have great recommendations. Thank you for being here. If you like this video, let's be friends. Please make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. Until next time. Bye.